A much quieter day on day 2 of free agency for the Chicago Bears, but the Bears make 2 more signings over the course of the day that we had not talked about. They signed an interior defensive lineman and a cornerback. We'll talk about all that and more right after this. What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host here, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, I want to apologize that I'm late for the news. I was cooking dinner for my children, and as you guys know, the children come first and foremost before all. So that's why we're late. You know, usually when news drops, I'm here about 10 or 15 minutes afterwards. Could not get it out. I was cooking, but the bourbon chicken that I made from scratch was fucking fire. So there's that part of it. But the Chicago Bears have made 2 signings since the last time I came to you guys. The Bears have signed defensive end, and he plays a little D tackle as well. So I guess we can call him a 3 tech in Kentavius Street. And they also signed defensive back Cam Lewis. Now these are depth signings. This isn't anything crazy that's going to make or break the Chicago Bears defense. Kentavius Street is 6'2", 315 pounds. This is a guy that's 29 years old, so a little bit longer there in the tooth for sure. He had 2 sacks last season. He spent the last 2 years with the Atlanta Falcons. He split time in 2023 between 8 games with the Eagles, 5 games with the Falcons. But he had 2 sacks last year, 21 tackles, 11 of those being solo. Again, this is more of a depth acquisition for the Chicago Bears. This further, I think, sets up the fact that what I think the Bears are going to do, and that is that they are going to be really targeting an edge in the draft, as well as looking at Austin Booker to make that next step up. They're probably not going to spend a lot of money in regards to it, so that's what you're really looking at it. It's a quality signing. I mean, the most sacks he's ever had in his career is 3.5. He has a total of 10.5 sacks for the totality of his career. He's been in the NFL since 2019. So, like I said, he's a mix between an edge and a defensive tackle. He can play both in the interior and out on the outside. This is just a quality depth signing for the Bears, and that's really what it is. You're bringing in a big body, a veteran who's going to come in there and help take some of those snaps when it comes down to that one. But, you know, when I look at it, it's not a huge signing by the Bears or anything. It's another quality signing for some depth that Ryan Poles has done. And that's really what we've seen a lot. Because, of course, we had the big signings as far as some starters. But Ryan Poles is really adding quality depth here for Dennis Allen to really use in his scheme and stuff like that. So not a bad signing, but not a great signing either. And then they went out and also got Cam Lewis there, signed him to a 2-year deal. This is a guy that has played a lot of it. He's played, when you look at it, under Dennis Allen, I'm really excited to see how he's going to scheme Cam Lewis. Cam Lewis has played cornerback, safety, and nickel during his 6 seasons in the NFL. So a very versatile member of that Chicago Bears defense potentially. And this is basically your replacement for Nahshon Wright, but a little bit more versatile. He's 5'9", 183 pounds. He's been in the NFL for 6 years. The guy last season had 43 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 4 passes deflected as well over that time period. He has 1 interception over the course of his NFL career. But this is not the ball hawk that Nahshon Wright was last year for the Chicago Bears, but a guy that can just get very versatile. And when you know how Dennis Allen likes to scheme his defensive backs and he likes to create opportunities to use them all over the field, this guy's going to come in and be able to do that. The fact that he can play either the nickel or he can play either cornerback slot and safety, that's a lot of versatility there for the Chicago Bears with Cam Lewis. He's 28 years old, so again, a younger player, but with some experience that I think can really come in here and help the scheming for this team. Hopefully, if we got everybody in, Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, Kyler Gordon, if we got all those guys healthy and we're adding a healthy Zay Frazier, a young guy that Dennis Allen was really excited about as well to that, and you have now Cam Lewis also with that one. That gives you a lot of kind of versatility that you can use out there. Not even to forget that Terrell Smith as well, another player in Terrell Smith who's coming back from injury as well. So, it's all about versatility in the defensive backfield for Dennis Allen. Cam Lewis can bring some of that defensive versatility that you need there. Solid depth piece moves for the Chicago Bears, and that's really what this is about. And I know there are going to be some Bears fans that whine and complain about it, but, when you look at it, depth is needed. And we saw the example of why depth is important last year with all the injuries. But even if you don't have that, Dennis Allen is a guy that likes to have 5, 6 defensive backs out there at any given time. Part of the reason why we don't need a traditional 3 linebacker set is he likes to put a defensive back in that third linebacker position so they can blitz or they can drop back in coverage, add some support there. So a guy like Cam Lewis, I could see Dennis Allen really using like a Swiss Army knife, and it really freeing up Kyler Gordon to thrive more into that role that Dennis Allen talked about wanting him using him in last year that he never really got a chance to use him in. So these are just solid acquisitions and pieces here. And that's what I think that it is. It's really good depth pieces. And that's what you need there. Depth. You need depth. If you really want to make that next step up, depth is really important. Now, we still got some positions we need to go out and find some starters in. Make no fucking mistake about that. We still need to find a starting edge, right? We know that we need to find that. We still got to find our other starting safety. We know we need to find that. We still have to find maybe they feel like they got their starting left tackle, but I wouldn't mind seeing the Bears draft somebody else. So you have to have depth. You have to. So I'm not going to poo-poo these signings or act like they're trash because they're not big names that everybody knows. Sometimes it's made by depth. Sometimes you'll go back on the season and look at it, and the depth pieces are the ones that really helps you quite a bit on it. So we'll see. He's given Dennis Allen the ingredients that Dennis Allen needs. That's really what it's about. Now Dennis Allen can go out there and chef some shit up. And I trust Dennis Allen to really do that. So that's what I'm looking at with this one. Like I said, not mad at it at all. I think these are some really good signings here by the Chicago Bears now. Let's see what's going to come next from it, right? All these defensive signings scream DA choices. He's about to build a monster. Agree with that. And we got to get the defense in a much better spot. I think that with the way that the Bears offense was last year, top 10 in so many categories, if you can just get this defense top 14, top 12 ideally, you're cooking with something. You're cooking with something if you can do that. So, we'll see how that's going to work out and go. These 2 and 3 sack guys are adding up to 3 sack guys and 9 sacks, and that helps a lot. Exactly. I get it. That having that one guy that gets 10, 11, 12 sacks, it looks really good. But when you have a team to where all these guys can get to the quarterback a little bit, it frees up how you're going to scheme, which makes it easier on your edges, things like that, right? So that's what you're hoping to see here, man. These depth pieces may produce a sleeper just like Akeem Hicks did. Could be. I mean, we'll see. Should the Bears draft a wide receiver? If so, what round should they draft them in? I mean, you could draft a slot receiver. I think there are some really good ones that can go in round 2, which the Bears do have 2 picks in round 2. So that may be where I look at it. But round 3 for another slot receiver depth piece there could be there. But I'd probably look for them in that position, maybe in round 2, but probably by round 3 for sure is what I'll look at it, man. Dope ass word. Appreciate that. This is one of my favorite ones, is the Monsters of the Midway. I have a Bulls one that's just like it that just says the Windy City on it. But, it's one of my favorite ones. I don't wear it a lot, though. For what I'm hearing, Zay Frazier is much faster than Deshaun Wright. If so, Lewis may not see the field. Listen, Deshaun Wright's a monster. Not Deshaun Wright. I said Deshaun Wright. Zay Frazier is a monster as far as the way that he can, speed. He's a ball hawk as well. Very smart player. When you go and look at some of the tape on Zay Frazier, you see why Dennis Allen fell in love with him. And, Dennis Allen talked very glowingly about Zay Frazier and what he could bring to this team after we drafted him. And I don't think that was by happenstance, personally. So, we'll see if that continues. We'll see if that continues for this team. Haize, who's the safety and edge you're looking for in the draft? I like Bud Clark and Akeem. So my mock draft will be dropping tomorrow. Everybody else dropped theirs. I had so much going on. And I do the daily episodes during the week, so I have not gotten a chance to do my mock. But I need to get my mock out now because we're going to be doing post-free agency mocks. And I get to cheat a little bit now, so we'll all be dropping our mocks soon, man. I'll be dropping them soon. Did I see the news? Some more news drop? What dropped? Hold on. What dropped? What did I miss? Listen, if y'all going to ask me if I seen the news, just say, on Max Crosby. The Ravens are out. He's not going to Baltimore. They backed out the trade. Oh, shit. Well, hey, go over to NFL Central. I'm sure Steve-O and Bobby going to have you covered over there. Go over to NFL Central. Subscribe to that channel if you want. That's crazy. That's a crazy trade. But all right, y'all, I'm going to get ready to wrap it up. Get back to the fam. I got a Bulls game I got to cover here in 2 hours. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys are following us at Shy Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. We'll see if anything else drops tonight. Love you guys. Bear down, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.